It's time to grab your snacks. Our dinner is much worse than that delicacy in prison." Suddenly, he spotted someone munching on sugarcane in the bushes, and Little Black quickly whipped out his phone to capture this human marvel. They were just eating sugarcane. When the overseer approached, Black stuffed his phone in his pants, acting nonchalant. At night, Little Black couldn't bear how dirty and tiring cutting sugarcane was. Egg done, the priest decided to join the Great Escape. In the dead of night, the two were as scared as cats, and were spooked back by a ghost in the bushes after just 2 steps. The next morning, the overseer rolled out to start work, but noticed there was no sound from Little Black, and by noon, he smartly realized Little Black was on strike. The priest read the Bible to slaves, quickly blending in as a government member. The priest questioned, if created by a higher power, why can't we coexist gracefully? This sparked resonance among black folks. The priest league explained, the Bible says black folks must obey white folks. Oh, and it also says Jesus once lurked at the fair lady's house. The priest was shocked that black people could read. He hurriedly ordered the slaves to get back to work, thinking to himself, this isn't too scary. In this peculiar moment, the slaves began their cheery toil, and thus the day went by. Little Black was specially looked after by the overseer for being 2 minutes late. To avoid further suffering, he grabbed some local delicacies. Absolutely, that's the essence of freedom. Thus he walked away boldly and confidently, like a peacock displaying its feathers in full view of everyone. The overseer tried to stop him, stunning all slaves. Little Black gritted teeth, shouting for freedom. He wailed in agony before saying uncle, but that didn't stop Little Black. Instead, he planned to take a swing at the overseer. The farmer found out that Jis could read and thought he was smarter than the others. Plus, Jis even had some white in him, so they decided to hand him a big role managing the other black folks. Jis was smug, not realizing the overseer thought, "It'll knock you off your high horse." He confidently picked up a wooden barrel, aiming to pour it on Little Black, but Little Black dodged. That day, they were assigned to repair a bridge. Little Black questioned Jis, "Why don't you just escape? All you do is try to show off in front of me." Jis hurriedly explained that escaping back wasn't an option now. "Don't worry, buttering up white folks works." Little Black suddenly got it. After finishing the bridge, Jis smugly went to report to the farmer, almost forgetting his identity, eager to butt into a conversation with the white folks. The farmer quickly explained, "This black man is smart and can read and write." One of the white folks chimed in, "So, can he play the piano?" This comment made the whites burst into laughter, and they were all waiting for the punchline, but what happened next was beyond their wildest. Jis stood there confidently, exuding an air of invincible, totally loaded with bravado, forgetting they couldn't touch the piano without the whites' permission. The next day, the overseer noticed Jis and Little Black were missing. He quickly called in the slave catchers, warned and the farmer ordered the slave catchers, "Bring them back in one piece, or you won't get paid." Coincidentally, hiding in a farmer's house, they learned the old man was Jewish. Little Black rolled his eyes in disdain. Suddenly, the 2 slave catchers appeared with their hunting hounds, and the old Jewish man urged them to escape through the back door. The 2 dashed off through the woods. They reached the sea, and in a crucial moment, they jumped onto a fishing boat and escaped to the surface of the water while Warren and Feng Chu fumed. As they moved away, a slave ship appeared, capturing them for the auction block. After misadventures, the brothers were brought back to the farm. Taking a break, Warren went to look for food. Feng Chu stayed behind to guard, and suddenly a scream pierced the air. Clearly, Warren was in trouble. Feng Chu felt anxious and nervous, awaiting an unknown turn of events. The next second, a group of runaway enslaved individuals burst out suddenly, resembling a ghostly team comprised of black folks. They were there for an impassioned speech that got everyone's blood pumping, as if feeling their fight against the invincibility of those white folks.